Hey everyone, Lisa D here, ready to fill your pencil box one EdTech tool at a time. And today we are getting started with Google Sites. So let's head on over to Google and get logged in. A quick shortcut for logging into the new Google Sites is to simply type in sites.google.com. Of course, you can always log in the traditional way, but this is just a little handy shortcut. You'll see that since I've logged in before, that my user information is already available, so all I have to do is type in my password. When you first log in, you're actually looking at your old Google site list. So click this button, New Google Sites, over in the left-hand corner. If you're wanting to start a brand new site, you would simply click the plus sign over on the right-hand side to get started. We're going to actually just take a look at one of these sites and edit, because it will give you the same skills. Okay, so whether you're looking at a blank screen, just ready to fill in your information, or you're looking at one that has already been created, you'll want to take a look across the top. So at the top you can change the name of your particular site. Just click and change. You can go forward and backward in your editing. You can preview what the site looks like once you have some information on it. And of course, adding editors. This is a fabulous resource where several teachers could work together on one website, or maybe a team of teachers for a fourth grade site, or a site for the whole school. Then we have our three little buttons, which is always handy because that means that there's more. So I'm going to click that and you'll see that this is where you could take a tour. So if you wanted to see what Google had for a tutorial for the new Google Sites, this is where you could access it. All the way to the right, you'll see that we have Insert, Pages, and Themes. So if you're starting from scratch, you might want to look through the themes and see which one you would like. The one I have selected is Vision, and you'll notice that you can actually select different colors to go along with that template, and most of these are the exact same way. Once you've selected your theme, you can start creating pages, which is super easy. In fact, the bubble looks similar to what we saw when we first started. Bottom right, click Add Page, and then you can type your page. So I'm just going to call this one Test. It will use whatever banner you already have set for your other pages. You can also move this up and down in hierarchy for your nav bar if you wanted them in a different order. Traditionally, it's alphabetical order other than your home or welcome. Additionally, you'll notice our three bubbles, so I'm going to click that, and this is where we could set it as a home page. We could duplicate the page, which is very handy when you're setting up your structure. Rename, create a subpage. So if you wanted this to fall under the page in your nav bar, then you could click this. And of course, removing it from your site. So what does a subpage look like? Let's just take a look. If I mouse over Curriculum Resources, all of these are my subpages. So that way your nav bar doesn't get all cluttered with too many pages. Another thing about our new page, other than that there is a picture, is that there's different header types. So I'm going to select this. You'll see that I'm using banner, but if you would like the larger banner, you can select this, or text only. Additionally, if you didn't like the picture, you can simply click to upload a new one or select an image, and there's numerous ones already preloaded for you. You'll notice there's this little graphic that has similar to stars in it. And that just is showing you the readability. So sometimes I might pick a picture that this font doesn't, the font color doesn't go as well for readability, and it will adjust the background and or the font color so that it is easier to read. So that is a nice tool that they have added. Now, of course, we don't want to have just a plain website, so this page isn't doing us any good until we get some stuff on it. That is where Insert comes in. So I'm going to click Insert. Primarily, you're going to use text box, images, and upload. Now, you may decide there's some things you want to grab from your drive. You have specific Google Docs down here, YouTube, etc. But for just a getting started guide, let's take a look at text box. Once I click, you'll see that I can select normal text, a title, a heading, or a subheading. For this particular page, I'll just call it heading, and since we're calling this page test, I will maybe put testing tips. And underneath that, I might put 2 different types of test. Now, I don't want these to stay normal text because, of course, I'm going to be writing some information. So I'm going to change them to subheadings. And you'll just want to be consistent with each page. So if you use subheadings and headings and normal text, then you would do that for each page, just depending on the hierarchy of what is on that page. So now I can add some normal text, and we'll just pretend like we are writing all sorts of fabulous information about the ACT. Now, I'll probably have a link that I want to give them, and that is something that you can easily add also. So let's take a look at our options. You'll notice that there's not very many. You can bold, so simply highlight and bold. You can italics. You can, of course, align, use your bullets, and let's say that we wanted to hyperlink. We can highlight and click our link. If you're actually adding a link, a lot of times I copy and paste. You can easily see if you have any typos. And that is really all there is to it. Of course, you can add some images. You'll notice this little thing on the side is popping up, so you can emphasize a particular section. Some people on the top section might have a real pale gray behind it, and then the rest of it is white because maybe it's an overview of the whole page. So that's where you could add those type of styles. You can, of course, trash it. Hopefully we won't have to be doing that. And if I can get my mouse right where I need to, these double line dots can be selected in order to pull up this wheel. And the wheel just has everything that's over there on the right hand side, but you don't have to bring your cursor all the way over there. So you can add your text, upload, images, etc. straight from the bubble. And that is a brief introduction to the new Google Sites. One handy thing, we can return home using the nav bar. The actual nav bar that you build by adding pages. So this is a quick way to hop from place to place, as well as over on the right hand side. I hope you enjoyed this quick little getting started guide with the new Google Sites. You know where to find me, and until next time, have fun building your new website. Can't wait to see what you do.